Love is all around, love is all around. You know, Red, this is my new love. Mwah! My new love, the best shoe ever. Hello friends, I introduce you to
Andre, and you are
Oliver. Alright, well, this is our next shoe review. It's the Altra One 2.0. Altra One 2.0. Now, we first want to talk about architecture.
well, one of the things that I really like about this shoe that you don't find with any other shoe except on the Altra is the toe box, which is basically from this part up, right here. And one of the defining features of this particular shoe is the fact that it's not only wide, as you can see here, but it also has a slightly higher toe box than previous versions, which allows the natural movement of the toe up and down and sideways.
As you might know, Altra is known for basically two things. Number one, the zero drop. You see it even here. It says zero drop. It means the stack height on the heel is as thick as the stack height on the forefoot section. That's number one, for which they are known. And number two is the wide toe box. They really have a wide toe box. Just what Andre was telling you. Your toes can really split, especially when you're putting in these long miles and these long runs. Your toes can really, you know, grow, and your foot can grow, and there's no not such an issue as a feeling of crampedness.
Yeah.
That's how you say it? Crampedness?
Cramped or tightness.
So the great thing is that you have a lot of flexibility here. So it's really a neutral shoe, a very flexible neutral shoe. The cushioning, the foam that they use for the cushioning is really soft. It's really soft. I'm running usually for the long distances the Ultra Paradigm, which is, you know, having a much bigger sole. I'm going to do a review with Oleg about that shoe later. But it looks like there's not much, you know, thickness in the sole at all. But the foam they use is so comfy. It's so soft. In fact, when I compare to the Paradigm, where you have like double as thick of a sole, this one feels softer. I've put now about 100 miles into this shoe, 160 kilometers, and I was really wondering how well this shoe is going to hold up, just because you see the only rubber part is actually here and here. The rest is just foam. And I'm surprised, 100 miles and you still see the grooves, and you still see, you know, part of the profile of the sole. So it really holds up well.
This is a different type of a rubber, a firmer rubber than the rest of the sole of the shoe, and it's intended for those high impact parts of when you're running.
How much kilometers or miles did you put on your shoes yet?
On this shoe I have 179 miles.
So that's almost as double as the miles that I've put in. What do you think? How many miles is the shoe going to go?
Well, to tell you the truth, if I keep going the way I have been, I could probably get 500 miles on this, but I think that depends, you know, again, on how I'm running, where I'm running.
It's also a very fast shoe. It's a very light shoe. Absolutely, it's the lightest that Ultra has, and one of the lightest that I have ever owned. It's even lighter than I think the Newton MV3. I'm going to put the grams somewhere here in the video so that you can compare it. But it's really one of the lightest shoe, and it's my favorite shoe. I've had a couple of Newtons that I ran in, a couple of Ultras that I ran in, a couple of Vibram 5 fingers, but this is the shoe when I need to go for speed, when I need to go for long distances. It's not the fastest shoe. I think still the Newton MV3 or the Newton Tri-Racer is the fastest shoe I've ran so far in, but it's getting really close. If you want to run a PR in a marathon distance, for example, this is the shoe. I wouldn't take any other shoe. I would take this shoe for a marathon PR attempt. It's really a great shoe. In fact, I ran it on a 100K race 2 months ago, and I'm going to take those as my primary shoes for a 100-mile run just in a couple of days. and I do not expect that I have to change shoes actually, because it's such a comfortable shoe. Which brings us to the next section, comfort. How do you feel in the shoe?
Well, I must say that this shoe surprised me beyond my expectations. Previous to the Altra, I was using a couple of pairs of other shoes that either chafed on the heel, or like most running shoes, they kind of narrow around the toes and were causing my toes to rub against each other and cause blisters. These shoes don't do that at all.
You have a real nice snug fit here at the heel, but you see how socky it looks like, and it feels it's really soft. So it doesn't really push into the Achilles, no anywhere else. But at the same time, because it's so light, it can give you this little snug. It's like a sock, a little snug, good feel. You're not going to pop out. So that's really nice about the comfort. Then I'm not sure whether you can see that, but there's this, you see this kind of rubber glue that they've put on here to give it some more stabilization. It is a little thicker here, this rubber stuff. It's a little thicker here, so to protect kind of this little toe box, but then it softens here. You see the fabric then pushing through. This can create an issue. This section could could limit your toe movement, especially your big nail toe movement. So you could get a black nail in this one. So what I did, and I know from a couple of others who did that too, they sized up. So usually I have Altra shoes, I'm running in a size 11. Well, in this one I'm running in a size 11.5. So my toes, actually the shoe is a little bit too big, but that doesn't really matter because it's nicely, you see this little curve. It's not going to make you trip, even if it's a little longer. But having this half a size up solves all my potential black toe problems. So my recommendation for you would be try them and probably opt to get just half a size up, so that you're not going to get into troubles and limitations just because of this little cup that they have put here. Now coming to the last part of this review, speaking about quality, the quality of the shoe and how long this shoe is going to last. Well, I have to say I'm surprised. They use very light materials, but the shoes have hold really up. All the seams are still there. You need, even the paint doesn't peel off. I'm quite surprised. I fell actually once. You see it kind of rubbed off some of the outer fabric a bit. So it's definitely not a trail shoe to run through rocky sessions where you might rub your shoe here and there. This is a real tarmac shoe, so it's really a fast shoe. And if you run it on tarmac and if you take care of those shoes, quality-wise, I think there are no issues. I don't see any seams popping up or any glue loosening. The sole holds really well, even this is just foam. So I would suspect that I might be able to get another 400 miles, I guess. I could get another 400 miles in this, so that would be 500 miles, pretty similar to what you assume. So yeah, quality, perfect. No issue with quality.
With this shoe, I have found that the best place to run, again, is on just a regular pavement, sidewalks, roads.
So one last thing perhaps is you see those quite deep grooves here. And when you run on gravel, depending on the size of the pebbles that they put there, I find myself regularly, getting some of those stones squeezed in. So that's an issue just with these grooves. But like Andre said, these shoes are designed for tarmac, for asphalt, for pavement, and in that terrain they are the best. I can just summarize the review for myself at least. Mm-hmm. This is the most favorite shoe I have ever run for any distance. This is my most favorite shoe.
Yes, I would have to concur. I have not run nearly as much as Oliver has, but this shoe clearly has proven itself to be durable, comfortable, and has actually helped increase my own endurance in running.
Yes, yeah. So follow us, Andre, Oleg, myself, and next Sunday we're going to complete a 100-mile run. I suspect that I'm going to complete it in this shoe, and then we're giving you a little bit more of a feedback on what this shoe does. So follow us on YouTube, subscribe, leave your comments. We're trying to answer your questions. Thank you. See you.
Thank you.